Hello and welcome to exercise 13. In this exercise, I'll show you something very interesting. In this exercise, what I'll show you is how you can give values to your variables. How you can input different values to your variables while running your program, uh, while running your script. What is a script? Script is basically your .py file like ex13.py. This is my script, right? So now that a script has been cleared, so what you were doing basically up till this point while running your files in terminal was type in python 3. Well, obviously you have to list all the directories and change it to desktop, and then you can type in python 3 and then you hit a space, then you write ex13.py, right? And then the file would run, but not in this case. Why? I'll explain. But this ex13.py, what this thing is in this case basically is an argument. This is an argument which is passed to this command. Anyway, I'll not confuse you anymore. Without confusing you any further, what I want you to do is just copy this file, this entire file first, and once you're done doing that, I'll explain what each and every line mean. Yeah, so pause this video if you have to, and just copy this file in your own text editor. And now you need to run this file. But wait, before running this file, let me explain a few things. So this from is a command, and this sys is a directory from which directory or a module actually from which you import argv, which is a module. So this is a library, system library. From this you import a module called argv, which is for argument variable, and you you need not understand what it exactly means at this point. It'll come in your knowledge over time. But anyway, for now, all you need to do is this from is a command from sys, from system. For that you write sys from sys system library. You import. Import is now another command, and you import argv, which is a module, argument variable. So what are these things? What is the line to exactly represent? Well, script is your script. What I mentioned, script is your ex13.py or any name .py file. Any file with the extension of .py will be called as your script. Now we defined three variables here. In the first variable, I called it first first underscore var, which basically means first variable. Then I defined second variable, which is another variable. You can name your variables anything, which we know by now. The third variable, this is the third variable, and I named it third underscore var, and all of this we write is equal to argv. So all of these things will be inserted into this argv, argument variable. So you need not understand what this exactly means right now. All you need to remember is this is how the format should go, and this script thingy should always be here. What and why we did this, you'll understand once we run this file. So open up your terminal and you run your file. ex13.py. But now if you just write this much, then you'll see that there will be an error. Now what is the error? The error is something weird that you might not understand, but it basically says that not enough values to unpack. So all of these things, they're packed inside of this argv, and they are unpacked in these print statements. How? Well, let me show you. First, all of these variables need to be defined. Like say when you define a variable, let me give you an example. When you say define a variable, say you want to name your variable random variable. Now, in order for this variable to be defined, you need to assign it to some value, right? So let us just say that its value is 3, but the 3 is the variable's value, which is how you can use your variable in a print statement. So if you had a print statement which contained random variable, then it would print 3, right? But in these cases, we haven't really defined what our variable values will be. We just defined variables. So we first need to give variables some values. But where will you do this? There is no space to have an easy is equal to sign and assign values to these things. You can't do that. That will not work. So this method, this exercise basically is for inputting your values for variables inside of this command line while you're running this program. So let me show you how. Open up your terminal, type in Python 3, and after doing that, wait, let's just do the ls thingy. Type in Python 3. After doing that, what do you have to do is first type in your script name as we always did, ex13.py. But now you will write any 3 things that you want to be inside of your variables, and they should be separated by a space. So say, let us say you want your first variable to have value 1st, right? So that signify the first variable. For instance, let's say you want your second variable to have a value of 2, while the third variable you want it to have value 3. Okay, let's just say that you want all of this to be so. So these are 3 values. First is the first value, which will directly be assigned to the first var variable, first var variable, which we defined here. 2 will be assigned here. Let me run this script and show you how. Wait. So this is how it is. These are just our normal print statements, which you already must be very familiar with by now through the exercises. So in this print statement, we have this print statement, end of double quotes, comma, and a variable name. So the script is this thing, ex13.py, right? Your .py file is your script. So your current script name is ex13.py. It prints it right here. So in this case, we also had script as a variable as well, but its value we have already defined while typing in ex13.py inside of this command line. While the first variable, which is this string right here inside of this print statement on the line 6, your first variable is called, and then we have a colon, comma, first var. So what is our first var? First var. Our first var is the first value that we assign here, right here. So 1st would be our first value for our first variable, while 2 would be the value for our second variable, while 3 would be the value for our third variable. If you don't get this, still I will definitely explain it more using some more using some more examples. ls cd desktop. Since my .py script is on the desktop, so we have a desktop directory here, and then python3 and ex13.py. Now say you want to name your three variables. Now say you want to give three values to your three variables, such as blah. So let's say you want your first variable to have the value blah, blah, which would be a string. Then we want to have true. Okay. And let's say you want your third variable right here, third underscore vr. Let's say you want that to have something, wait, like say a number, right? Now you hit enter, and then you see the exact same program but with three different values. The first one, the ex13.py, which is the script right here, that will be the same since your script is the same, ex13.py. But this thing, blah, now that is the first value for your first variable right here, first vr. Now blah would be the value for the first variable. Same goes for second variable, which would be true, which we defined right here. And 64783 is our third variable's value. The third variable, which is third underscore vr, 64783 would be the value for that. And that's about it. So what I want you to do now is, if you still don't understand this program, comment above each line. Like say you need to comment that from system library we import argv module, which is basically a thing. Well, it'll be confusing if I explain to you right now. It's just a module. All you need to remember is this thing is a module, and these are the arguments. And that's about it. Use the comment trick. Make a file which takes only two variables, and of course in that case you will have to remove this last print statement, of course, and make a file which uses four variables, and see what happens when you only enter, say for example, two variable values here and not the third, for a program that makes use of three variables here. And try experimenting with this a little bit and see if you don't understand. If you still don't get it, just leave a comment down below. I'll be happy to answer. Thank you.